Captain Forest here, and in today's video, I got my boy HOTSHOT on the channel, and we're going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win, more often not, in a cross-verse situation. Jiren from Dragon Ball Super versus the Silver Surfer from Marvelcomics 616. If you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also, huge shoutouts to the HQ squad. They've been a huge help in my videos. Special shouts to Korin, who was a help with the Silver Surfer section, so huge shouts to him. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, pass over the mic, and let HOTSHOT do his thing. He's going to talk about Jiren. Then after that, I'm going to talk about the Silver Surfer, and then we're both going to chop it up and give our thoughts near the end of the video and see who wins more often not in a cross-verse situation.
Guys, I am now going to be going into a Jiren scaling, so let's get into it. So, God, Goku, and Beerus are able to perform a 5D feat, and then, so this would mean that God, Goku, and Suppressed Beerus are 5D, and then the DC universe is infinite in size, like I've talked about many times going into other videos I've done with Captain. And then Infinite Zamasu was able to transcend all of Universe 7, so this would mean Infinite Zamasu is a 6D being. And then Hit and Suppress Jiren is stated that they had an extra dimension of battle, which would mean this would scale above Infinite Zamasu because the World of Void is higher than all the 12 universes and is higher than Universe 7. So Hit and Suppress Jiren, in my opinion, are performing a 7D feat. The World of Void, it has various ranges of scaling. You can scale to 7D to 12D depending on your interpretation, but it's supposed to be a realm of higher plane. And then Jiren is able to shake the whole World of Void while he's suppressed. You know, the Supreme Kai talks about how Jiren is, like, while he's suppressed, like the strongest, unbelievable power, the strongest person, like he has sensed up until this point. And then Jiren, he is stated numerous times to be stronger than his God of Destruction. And then he is able to handle Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Vegeta, UI, Omen 3 Goku. Now I want to go into, so when Jiren is fighting Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, like third trigger, Jiren's having a little bit of trouble. I just wanted to say that I think the reason Jiren was having trouble is because, like, you know, Jiren has fought a couple people up until this point, so, you know, Jiren's stamina is lacking a little bit. You know, I do think, like, Ultra Instinct Omen 3 Goku is in the same tier with, like, base full power Jiren. I just think that if Jiren was able, I think if Jiren was like, I think if he didn't fight up and like so many people up until that point during the Tournament of Power, like, I think if Jiren was fresh, he would have been able to better handle Ultra Instinct Omen third trigger Goku. I think Jiren would have been able to handle him a lot better. And then Jiren is able to take hits from MUI Goku. I think this is very impressive. And then he is able to hold his own against Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku in the manga. So it's shown that, like, in the anime, Jiren is able to take hits from Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and then he is able to hold his own against Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku in the manga. And then, so let's go into Gogeta and Broly. So Gogeta and Broly, so they were able to crash through several dimensions. Now, why this is important is because in an interview with the people that wrote Dragon Ball Super Broly, Dragon Ball Super Broly, my bad if I messed up the name of the movie, I'm sorry, but Dragon Ball Super Broly, the people that wrote that movie, they hired a guy that can do CGI images to allow the audience to see. And it's in the interview they talk about how Gogeta and Broly, they were able to, they broke through super dimensions, and so this would mean that Gogeta and Broly are having this much higher tier battle than it is led to be on. So I think Gogeta and Broly's feat is in that 10D range, in my opinion, like the feat that they were able to do. And I think Jiren should scale to Broly and Gogeta because, you know, Jiren is stronger than a God of Destruction. Jiren's not stronger than all the Gods of Destructions aside from Beerus and Quintella, but Jiren is mostly stronger than Belmont and a couple of Gods of Destructions. And Broly is stated to be, you know, stronger than the God Destruction. At the time, maybe stronger than Beerus, and Jiren should be in that same ballpark of battle, and he should be in that same ballpark of power with Jiren and Broly. So I think at the time, I think during that time, base full power Jiren is stronger than Broly. Obviously, he's not stronger than Broly now, but Jiren should be in that tier. And then for Jiren should obviously scale to Gogeta. Not saying, whoever you think is stronger, that's up to you. But the point I'm trying to make is that Jiren should scale to Broly, and he should scale to Gogeta. So for speed, let's go over speed real quick. So Goku was able to move with no time or timelines. So because like Zeno destroyed all, he destroyed like time and all timelines. So Goku should have inaccessible speed because he's able to maneuver through this. And then Jiren scales to infinite Zamasu, who was transcending all different timelines. And he was going forwards and backwards in time. So this would mean infinite Zamasu should have immeasurable speed, and Jiren should scale to that. So I think in terms of AP, I think Jiren should ranges from 8D to 10D. So Jiren should be in those complex multiversal levels of power. And then for speed, Jiren should have immeasurable speed via scaling above infinite Zamasu. But now I'm going to pass it back to Captain.
Silver Surfer is one of the noblest and most tormented cosmic entities in the universe. The Silver Surfer treasures freedom above all else, has often sacrificed his liberty for the greater good. He was born under the name Norin Rad on the planet Zenla, part of a extremely long-lived and technologically advanced humanoid race which had created a worldwide utopia devoid of crime, disease, hunger, poverty, and want of any kind. To save their planet's peaceful existence at the hands of Galactus, the devourer of worlds, Norin Rad was forced to agree to Galactus's conditions that Norin will serve him for all of eternity. Given a fraction of the power cosmic, Norin was transformed into the Silver Surfer, the herald of Galactus. I am not a god, I have never created life, but I have lived, that is enough, so I will fight to preserve the same opportunity to love, to dream, to soar among the stars for all those yet to come. Many lives will be lost in the battle ahead, but their efforts will ensure that some remain to remember their deeds, and like the gods, they will truly live forever, even after they are gone. When it comes to attack power, the Silver Surfer is certainly not lacking. We've seen Surfer fight the God of Thunder on relatively even terms, though Surfer in this fight was clearly mostly just trying to talk to Thor, whilst Thor wasn't having any of it. The Silver Badass fought against Hulk and the Warbound. A weakened Surfer under the control of a disc that removes his own will dominates the fight. He's able to knock Hulk back and display impressive combat skill against the Warbound. He only got beaten down once the disc broke and he lost the need to fight. Even then, he survives Hulk's rage. Surfer suffered no lasting damage. They have a little friendly chat after the fight, when Surfer even offers to take Hulk home. Heck, this dude is capable of activating a device that was keyed to Thanos' level of power. While in an extremely weakened state, Surfer is a peaceful character in general who prefers to avoid murdering randos. Surfer explicitly notes of collateral damage and the fact his hits may endanger human lives, and doesn't use an attack despite it being a fatal situation for him. Iron Man notes that Surfer likely held back his blows, also notes that he was staggered by Iron Man's hit yet unaffected. Surfer willingly took multiple hits from Dr. Minerva and Captain Atlas before getting sick of it at the point he one-shot Atlas. Silver Surfer manages to hold off the Griever at the end of all things for 16 minutes and 4 seconds. The Griever praised Surfer, stating that there aren't many in the universe who could replicate such a feat. Griever states herself, 16 minutes and 4 seconds. That's how long you alone held off the end of the universe. You've earned my respect, Norin Rad. There are precious few who could have achieved such a feat. The Griever at the end of all things, also referred to as simply Griever, is an abstract entity who embodies the very concept of entropy and the end of all existence and possibility. She is the inevitable end of all that is and ever will be. Griever was stated to be the greatest threat the Marvel multiverse has ever faced, which would place her above the Chaos King and the Beyonders. So that's some pretty good, impressive stuff for Surfer. That's going to round up his AP and explain in more detail where he would range in my analysis. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Silver Surfer's speed. For starters, Surfer was able to casually fly through higher layers of reality, dimensions, all the way to the 15,000th dimension. Flying through higher dimensions, 5D or higher, would be immeasurable speed. So here Surfer would have at least 14,995 layers of immeasurable speed. Bonus points for Surfer, looking like he took no effect to do this feat. Very impressive speed feat for Surfer. However, there is more. Surfer is regarded as the best hope of all heroes in the Infinity Gauntlet story, being able to move fast enough to exploit Thanos, dropping his guard for a moment. It's even implied that Thanos needed to use the gauntlet to dodge Surfer. Silver Surfer has time traveled on many occasions, the best of which is in Silver Surfer 2014, where Silver Surfer outran the death of eternity. This is not just Surfer traveling back in time, but Surfer does this while also flying outside of eternity. This would mean that the level of irrelevant speed that you would need to travel across and outside of eternity would literally have to be measurably faster than that. Further supporting this is that Surfer was ending in a stream outside of eternity and could see the new doom possessed eternity. 2015's Secret Wars was an expansive event, quite literally reaching every corner of eternity. With the collapse of the multiverse, it was nearly impossible to escape this seminal Marvel event. As you can see, Surfer is pretty freaking fast, to say the least. But I'm sure you're wondering, what does Silver Surfer have to bring to the table in terms of hexes? The Silver Surfer has phenomenal sensory capabilities and cosmic awareness. He can sense the emotions in beings such as love, greed, fear, etc. So he doesn't only have to sense energy to know where you are. Surfer can sense the weakness in a person using his cosmic awareness. His cosmic awareness allows him to comprehend rules of the universe others would find incomprehensible. We've seen Surfer sense a strange new energy type and then near immediately determines what it is and where it's located. Surfer is capable of tracking a grain of space dust through the endless cosmos. His cosmic senses can detect life forms and determine their abilities as well. Heck, thanks to his cosmic senses, Surfer had ample time to know and learn everything the Earth has to offer. Everything. The Silver Surfer is capable of also destroying souls. Surfer can reflect a blast from all of the Infinity Stones at once. In this comic, the Elders were trying to kill Galactus by using the Infinity Stones, and Surfer was able to reflect this blast intended to kill Galactus. This means that Silver Surfer is capable of utilizing an impressive ability known as Attack Reflection. Attack Reflection is the explicit ability to turn one's opponent's attack against them. This is a rather powerful ability, being able to perform offense and defense simultaneously by effectively turning one's efforts against them. How it works usually depends on the user. Some may absorb the attack and then send it back. Others may manipulate the vectors in order to send the attack back from where it came from. Powerful users of telekinesis are usually able to reflect many different kinds of attacks aimed against them. This is not to be confused with one using another power against them, as that is simply trickery rather than the ability tailored to reflecting incoming attacks. Moving on, we've seen Surfer fight a bannerless Hulk and showcase very impressive energy absorption tactics. Surfer was mostly trying to talk to Hulk and was trying to talk him down, and at that point nearly kills Hulk by draining his gamma radiation, which is pretty impressive. We've seen Surfer fight a clone who was a near equal, and this very same Surfer eventually defeats the clone by absorbing all of its energies into himself. We've seen this silver-skinned badass defeat Krosikis, whose natural ability is to absorb energy. Krosikis absorbed the Uni power and was significantly amped. The Surfer defeats him by overloading him with the power cosmic. But if you think all of this is impressive, man, you haven't seen anything yet. This dude purged the idea of Zenla across eternity. Yep, he erased the culture of an entire planet on a conceptual level. Surfer is also capable of stealing your speed by nullifying the kinetic energy of your molecules to zero, removing vibrations and sound itself. Surfer has showcased fate manipulation as well as resistance to fate manipulation itself. In Silver Surfer Volume 7, Issue 11, Surfer was stuck in an infinite time loop from which he could not escape. Then the Never Queen contacted him and said this: "Surfer, if only you could hear me. There is a way out of this endless path. Exert your free will. Grab hold of all you accept as real, and then reach beyond. Be the one who turns this page in the story of your life. A choice has been made, and with it, new pathways have been revealed, with new tolls that must be paid. You know what must be done, Noringrad. Cast aside all else, create a new possibility."
I'm going to get into how do I see this battle going between Jiren and the Silver Surfer. So I think in terms of speed, Jiren is fast enough to keep up with the Silver Surfer. You can argue that Silver Surfer is a little bit faster, which I agree with, but I think Jiren is fast enough to keep up and react to the Silver Surfer. I'm pretty sure about that. I think this battle hinges on Silver Surfer's effort and his level of how is he trying, how much is he trying, because Silver Surfer has moments where people that shouldn't hurt him are able to hurt him, catch him off guard. Sometimes Silver Surfer is having a hard time in battles that he shouldn't. So I think if Silver Surfer goes into this battle and he's not trying, and he's either trying to avoid conflict or he's not trying, I think Jiren might be able to land a couple of hits on Silver Surfer early. But for the most part, I would say when Silver Surfer gets serious, he should be able to handle Jiren and completely be able to take down Jiren. I think Silver Surfer just scales way higher than Jiren, has shown more scales higher than Jiren. Like I said, he's fought tougher people, and yeah, I think Jiren's scaling just isn't there. I think he might be able to argue, Silver Surfer's, if he's not going all out, or if he's not trying, or if this is a Silver Surfer that he doesn't have the intent of yo, I'm trying to fight, I want smoke, then you might be able to argue Jiren can, like I said, land a couple hits. But for the most part, I pretty much lean towards, I think the Silver Surfer takes this battle because he has much more higher scaling, has fought tougher people, and has fought much stronger people than Jiren. But thank you, Captain, for having me on this video. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys liked the video. I'm pass it back to Captain.
Okay, so for my overall thoughts, so based off AP and speed, easily, Surfer just has better stats, vastly above Jiren in terms of attack potency and speed. Even if we lowball and use finite scaling, or use multi-plus stuff, you can easily get Surfer higher up into the tiers, easily reaching the high Hyperversal plus tiers, even the outer Versal tiers, very easily and very comfortably. Even if we go down those routes, Surfer's still he's going to be far too superior when it comes to attack potency and even in the speed department, because Surfer can reach the ranges of immeasurable and irrelevant speed with some good layers into it, so he's pretty fast. Now, moving over to hexes, I think Surfer overall has many ways to counter Jiren. Surfer has many hexes. He can literally, he can drain your energy. He can perform his own spiritual attacks, his own cosmic attacks. Of course, the power of cosmic in Marvel is fundamental itself, so there's some conceptual attacks when it comes to Surfer's cosmic powers, so he'd be able to easily dispatch of Jiren, and Jiren's chi attacks won't really help in this fight. Surfer has counters, Surfer has ways to resist those things. He can resist soul attacks, mind attacks, physical attacks. He's done it all. He's no stranger to it. Surfer's very hard to take down just due to how he's able to regen as well, so Surfer has way too many things working out for him on his side of the table. So more often not, I gotta give this to Silver Surfer more often not. Better stats, way too hacksy. He can do a lot of things. He can just completely turn the tides of battle against Jiren with his own hexes himself. So I just see Surfer winning it more often not. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe to both our channels. I will leave a link in the description to HOTSHOT's channel, so please check him out. But anyway, it's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.